boys and girls, how are you today? It's Friday, and now there will not be a story tomorrow or Sunday, but then I'll be back on Monday. Let's do our review first. So we were doing A through F. So let's do I've mixed them all up. Let's do the uppercase first. You say them. A, C, F, E, D, B. Okay. I'm going to shuffle them again. Now you say them all by yourself. Good. All right. Now let's look at the lowercase letters. I'll say them with you the first time. C, A, D. Remember, D has a dirty diaper. See the diaper? And the illustrator might have put lines up to let you know it's stinky. D. E. And here's the B. That's the belly. Can you imagine that belly button right there? Belly. B, belly. And then F. Kind of looks like a candy cane with a line. Okay? I'm going to mix them, and you say them by yourself. Very good. Okay. With our next story on Monday, I will have a new set of cards. So I'm going to put these off to the side, and let's do our numbers. They're all shuffled. They're mixed up. Whoop, we're going to start with a 0. Looks like an egg, doesn't it? 4, down and over, and down once more. That's the way to make a 4. 5, down and around. Put a hat on top of the clown. 2, round and back on the railroad track. 2, 2. 3, around the tree, that's the way to make a 3. And 1, straight line down, then you're done. That's the way to make a 1. Okay, I'm going to shuffle them, and you say them all by yourself. You ready? Very good. Okay. And then let's do our shapes. All right. A circle we know has no lines, no corners, and a circle is flat. Do you remember what its partner is that has space in it? What's the circle's partner? It's a sphere. And the earth is a sphere, the sun, the moon, a ball, an orange, anything that you can cut in half and there's space inside. But a circle is flat like a pancake. No space to put anything in. Then we have a diamond. This is a rectangle. It has 4 sides and 4 corners, but 2 sides are short and 2 are long. Rectangle. Star. Oval. So that's, if I turn it this way, it's like that 0 or an egg or a football. Triangle. And this is flat. It has 3 sides, 3 corners. And whose hat, which president wore this kind of hat? George Washington. And he did not say, but we say, my hat, it has 3 corners. 3 corners has my hat. If it didn't have 3 corners, it wouldn't be my hat. So we know that George Washington's hat was like the shape of a triangle. And do you remember the triangle's partner that has space inside? Pyramid. And then, I think I missed one. Here is the heart. And I missed another one. Hang on, boys and girls. These like to stick together. Here it is. This is 4 sides, 4 corners, but they're all the same size. They're not like the rectangle. 4 sides, all the same size. And this is flat. So what is its partner that has space? What do we call that? A cube. So I don't know if any of you have square ice cubes, but that's a cube. That's the square's partner. Okay, good job. All right. Let's get on to our story today. And this is a rerun for you. I read this one of the last days we were together, but it's a good one. And it's a good one even for grown-ups to read and listen to. It's called Ruby Finds a Worry. Can you see her worry here? Now, we can't really see worries, can we, boys and girls? They're in our head, and they're sometimes in our tummy. That's where our worries are. We can't really see them, but for the illustrator to show you what he thinks maybe a worry looks like, the illustrator did this. This is by Tom Percival, and actually the author and the illustrator are the same person. Tom Percival wrote the words, he's the author, and he also colored the picture, so he's the illustrator. So it only took one person to make this book, Tom Percival. And here's Ruby. Doesn't she look happy? Not a care in the world. That's the way we'd all like to feel all the time. Ruby loved being Ruby. She's got a pinwheel. That would be good on a March day when we have lots of wind. She loved to swing high. Raise your hand if you like to swing high. Okay, I miss our playground right now. And she loved to explore faraway places. Sometimes she even went all the way to the very bottom of her garden in the backyard. Ruby was perfectly happy until one day. Now look, her face has kind of changed. You can look at someone's face and tell how they're usually feeling. She has a worried look on her face. She discovered a worry. It wasn't a very big worry, but look at her face. Keep reading her face. That's good for us to read people's faces. Then we know how to talk to them. In fact, it was so small that at first Ruby hardly noticed it. She's busy eating an ice cream cone. The worry's right there next to her. She hardly even notices it. But then the worry started to grow. Ruby's face looks a little angry, like she doesn't want that worry. She doesn't want it. Each day it got a little bigger. Can you see how much bigger it's getting? The worry is growing. It just wouldn't leave her alone. I would not like that. It was there at breakfast, staring at her over the cereal box. And it was still there at night when she brushed her teeth. That's a problem. The funny thing was that no one else could see Ruby's worry, not even her teacher. So Ruby pretended that she couldn't see it either. She's going to ignore it. Let's see if that works. She tried to carry on as if everything was normal, but it just wasn't. The worry was always there, stopping her from doing the things that she loved. Remember on the first page, she was swinging high and she had a happy face on, but now look at that. That does not look any fun. Ruby wondered if the worry would ever go away. Oh, look, there it's her birthday. The worry's there. She's riding her bike. The worry's there. She's practicing her piano, and the worry's there. What if it didn't? What if it stayed with her forever? Can you see where the worries are? They're up in her head, in her brain, where we think and feel things. Ruby didn't realize it, but she was doing the worst thing you ever do with a worry. She was worrying about it. Poor Ruby. I have felt like that a lot of times. Now the worry was enormous. I bet it's almost as big as an elephant. Elephants are enormous. It could barely fit in the kitchen at dinner time, and it filled up half the school bus. And it took up whole rows at the movie theater. The worry became the only thing that Ruby could think about, and it seemed like she would never feel happy again. So she had a worry, and she worried about the worry. Then one day something unexpected happened. Ruby noticed a boy sitting alone in the park, and he looked how she felt, sad. And then she noticed something else hovering next to him. Could it be a worry? Now his worry looks different. It's a different color and it's a different size because we all have different worries. Our worries may not always be the same as our friends or our family. I don't know what his worry is, but it's different. It was a worry. Ruby realized that she wasn't the only person with a worry after all. This looks like that could be her teacher. Her teacher has worries. Ruby has worries. The boy has worries. Other children have worries, and they look different. Other people had worries too. She asked the boy what was on his mind, and he told her. And the strangest thing happened. His worry began to shrink, so it wasn't as big anymore. The more he talked about it and shared his worry with Ruby, his worry got smaller. He wasn't worrying as much anymore, was he? Then Ruby did the best thing you can ever do if you have a worry. She talked about it. She talked about her worry. Now notice, look, here's her worry. And as she's talking about it, it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And as the words tumbled out, Ruby's worry began to shrink until it was barely there at all. Soon both of their worries were gone. They had talked to each other and shared their worries, and it made them feel better. Finally, Ruby felt like herself again. I think he does too. Of course, that wasn't the last time she ever had a worry. Everyone gets them from time to time. But now that she knew how to get rid of them, look, there's a new worry that's popped up. She's in school. I don't know, maybe she's worried about a test or a friend, or maybe someone was teasing her. But they never hung around for long, and that's because she learned to talk about her worries. So don't feel like you're the only one that has a worry. If you're ever worried about something, you tell somebody your worry, and if they won't listen, you go find someone else, and you find someone else until they listen to your worry. And you'll find that by sharing your worry with someone else, it will help your worry shrink. We talked about kindness, showing kindness, and remember this was a football game. And this was, where Miss Jennifer goes to school, Central High School. He played for Central High School. And this boy played for another team. And they played together. They played the football team. And this team won. And the Central boy, can you tell how he's feeling? If he didn't have his helmet on, you'd see that he's crying. And so this boy from the other team that won, he should have been happy and celebrating with his team members over there. He saw this boy and he knew how he felt. So he walked over and he said, "Hey, it's okay. You played a great game." And he's showing kindness to him, isn't he? And that's what we have to do every day. We have to show kindness to other people. He didn't know that boy. They're not friends. He lives way up north in the state of Indiana, and he lives here in Evansville. They don't know each other. They played a football game against each other. But that didn't stop this boy from looking at his body and his face and seeing how he was feeling, and he knew how to go up and talk to him. That's why you always have to look at people's face and their body and see how they're feeling, and then you'll know how to talk to them. So that's the kind of friend you'd want to have, isn't it? Showing kindness. I love that picture. Okay. Now, our question today for our community circle is, I'm a good friend when? It's our statement. It's not a question. You have to finish the sentence. And I want you to talk to your family about it, and I want you to tell them the sentence, and you have to finish it. I'm a good friend when? And then you'd fill in that blank. And mine is, I'm a good friend when I call my friend Barb and we go for a walk. And I think this would be a great friend to have, don't you? Because he knows how to treat people. He treats them with kindness. And that's the kind of friend you want to be. And that's the kind of stranger you can be too. If you see someone that's hurting, you don't have to know someone to show them kindness. How many of you have colored a picture or written a letter to someone in a nursing home? How many of you maybe had your family help you put a note out for your mailman, or for your trash man, or for the UPS man? Okay, all those things show kindness. So those are some things that you can do, all right? Okay, I think I'm going to say goodbye, and you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday.